Good morning, everybody. This is Master Corporal Moore again. Still waiting for the 9.1 to drop. Currently going through my videos. I have one other T-43 replay that I've already reviewed. This one here was worth an ace tanker. Don't know how. Ultimately, this is not a great tank. I went through the KV-1S to get the KV-13 and then brought over to the T-43. The KV-13 I think is a much better tank overall, although I'm not very happy with the gun depression. It would be really nice if they unlocked that the KV-13 could actually unlock the T-44 and skip the T-43 altogether. That way you don't have to do two Tier 7s to get to the same place. That being said, this replay is for the T-43, and ultimately I'm going to title this one, Don't Ignore the Mediums. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. Not a whole lot happens. I'm all alone, and I dive into some cover. I was kind of hoping to get into this position and snipe into the Abbey if anybody was up there, and ultimately there's a Type 59 holding me down, and there was a AMX 5100 also over there. So I decided to bury that round for later use, kind of like a little squirrel. And very nice shot from the IS-6. Hits the ammo rack, turret went flying. It was actually quite a nice show. I'm not sure what it hit the 5100, that might have been the Arty. Definitely wasn't me. So I figured this is the time to pop out, and there's an IS-6 sitting down there. So it's not the time to pop out. And a little bit boring here for the first little bit. I do apologize for not making the start of it exciting. But you'll see here in a moment what ends up happening when you ignore the mediums. So the IS-6 moves forward, and I let him be in the rolling blocker for me. I go straight for the rock and then hard left around it, looking for the 5100, and I missed the first shot. Thankfully, he gets down into a low position. He might be in the middle of a reload right now. Get another shot into him. And there, in a matter of moments, I just dropped 554 damage into an AMX 5100, leaving him unshottable. Now we're being flanked by an IS-6, so my IS-6 backs off. And I'd like to point out what this IS-6 did as a mistake. He's ignoring me. Now, it is only a T-43, and it doesn't put out a lot of damage, doesn't have great penetration, as you can see there. Trying to aim between the drive wheels, hitting a little bit of spaced armor. Find a soft spot in the turret, looking for another one. Nope. Tried to hit the flattest spot I could. Again, aiming between the drive wheels. Couldn't even scratch them. Finally find a nice soft spot. So I've learned where to hit those tanks a little bit better. So at this point I was looking to fall back, but ultimately going forward looks like it's going to be the best choice. So ultimately the reason why I say don't ignore the mediums is I haven't even been shot yet. That IS-6 was focused on another IS-6. They were nose to nose, and I just got a chance to pound 744 damage into the side of him while he was trying to go toe to toe with an IS-6. You want to take out the soft, squishy guns first. The mediums do carry some pretty whopping guns. They can do some pretty good DPM, and generally they have soft armor. Get them off the field. That Type 59 could have been very lethal against us, and the IS-6 one-shotted him, thankfully, and that made a huge difference in this match. So in this situation up here, the T-28 prototype and the low are both facing the same way. And again, Watch what happens. So he is tracked. I don't know if he's got a repair kit. But again, I just put another 518 points of damage into that low. And I was planning on coming up and finishing off the job. Unfortunately, they already had a better idea. The first shot I took all game was a point blank arty round. And what do? I shoot somehow through the only gap in the tank. Nice low roll there. And that could have been my kill, but so at this point, go for a snapshot on the T-28 Proto. He's barely off full health. Not a whole lot to do after this. I don't want to step out in front of his gun. I'm no longer at full health, so I will play a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to shoot, so he's not going to take any hasty shots. He's peeking out to get to me. Yeah, not soft enough. So this T-43 Tier 7 Russian medium is not a bad tank, but it definitely isn't a great tank. The gun has a little bit of penetration issues. The tank doesn't accelerate nearly as much as I would want it to. And ultimately, if I was to say one tier of medium tanks that really need some help, it's going to be these Tier 7 Russian, or all of the nation's medium tanks. They all either suffer from a horrible gun, bad penetration, bad damage. The guns really get better in the Tier 8 and 9 tanks, but doesn't matter. When the medium can get beside or behind you, we will penetrate, we will take you down. Don't let us get there. Kill us early. We've got soft armor. Usually most tanks can penetrate the front of a medium tank rather easily. Be careful of the sloping. There is some good angling on a lot of these tanks. A lot of medium drivers know how to use them. But yeah, just pound the rounds through us, and sometimes you'll get lucky like the IS-6 did on the Type 59, and sometimes you'll bounce. But ultimately, you got to get those big guns off the field. So, keep your hull down, and this is Master Corporal Moore.